Did you send some guy pictures of you in your underwear on a bed with some 50-year-old man?
Hi, and welcome to the SaVeg podcast.
I'm Rose, also known as Cheap Lazy Vegan on YouTube.
And I'm Daniel, one of your favorite guest stars on Cheap Lazy Vegan's YouTube channel.
We're two friends who love to talk about the latest trending topics.
So get comfortable and join us while we give our SaVeg take on just about everything.
You are currently listening to the previous episode of this podcast, but if you would like to listen to this week's episode and get some exclusive content, go over to patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Hello.
Hello.
Are you set up, Daniel? You're once again unprepared as usual.
Just pull up my pants there, guys.
Please don't show us anything that we don't want to see. Thank you very much.
Oh, people want to see that.
Oh, they do. But this is not OnlyFans. Thank you.
That's true.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to the SaVeg podcast. My name is Rose.
And I'm Daniel.
And
we're
back.
We're your hosts.
So this week, news was boring. Not going to lie. Okay.
Well, it wasn't boring,
Well,
but
the
there's
world is crumbling apart.
yeah, there's things going on, things happening, and
Basically, Daniel had 3 stories, and I was like, they're all kind of boring.
yeah. Rose is like,
I told him it wasn't his fault.
I'm still in the halls, by the way.
Okay. I told him it wasn't his fault, but yeah, kind of boring stories. Guys, first of all, if you want to check us out on Patreon, make sure you check out patreon.com/thesavagepodcast for bonus episodes
Yes.
every single month. And this month, what did we do?
This month we talked about things that we've had it with in terms of dating, like going on the dating apps. Like, what have we had it with, guys? And we get, as Rose likes to say, we get a little bit raw and unfiltered.
We share a lot of things.
Yes.
So if you guys want to check out our Patreon exclusive, that is on patreon.com/thesavagepodcast.
Yep.
Starts as little as $3 a month, and you get ad-free content, and you get every episode a week earlier than everyone else.
Exactly. And you get access to all of our previous exclusives.
Which is like a lot.
And there's a lot of them now, guys. Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you join. And so this week we thought, instead of, talking about how the world is ending,
we thought we'd talk about something a little bit more fun, guys. And we're gonna what are we talking? Wait. Before we do that,
before we do that,
we do have another announcement to make.
Thailand and Bali.
Yes,
guys. So if you guys haven't signed up, once again, we are going to Thailand and Bali in August, which is coming up pretty shortly.
I am like super excited.
It's going to be so fun. We are doing basically a vegan food tour in Thailand and Bali, and you guys can come along. So if you want to join us, the links are in the show notes. There are only like 4 spots for Bali left.
God damn.
And Thailand, there's still more spots, but
Yeah.
either way, the spots are filling up. So make sure you sign up if you want to come with us to Thailand and or Bali.
Yes. Now, Rose, now we can talk about
All
what
right,
we're
my
going to
friends.
talk about.
So we are going to talk today. Again, we thought we would keep it maybe a little bit light, because you guys love the Am I the Asshole episodes.
Oh, they're
But
like hits.
They are hits.
Yeah.
But this time, I found another subreddit. Now, I don't spend a lot of time on Reddit, but I sometimes come across these gold mine subreddits that are probably huge and really popular.
Yeah.
But I come across them and I'm like, oh my God.
Like,
So
God
I
damn.
found one called Dating Advice.
Oh.
So we just thought we would, react to some of these and, just enjoy other people's dating woes and, maybe give advice ourselves, because
We're such good people to give advice on dating too, Rose.
I don't believe that we are bad at dating. I believe that what is out there is bad. I'm sorry. I just have to say it. It's true.
The struggle is not real, but
it's the pool that is out there. I'm sorry. It's true.
especially as we get older, it seems to be like the pool.
Plenty of fish in the sea, but the sea is fucking... What is it, Daniel?
The sea's been polluted.
Exactly.
It's toxic, and there's some morph. What do they call them?
I don't know.
You know what I'm trying to say?
No.
What am I trying to say? Like when a fish morphs into something else, like a weird
No. What is that?
I don't know. I can't think of it, guys. I will think of it later.
Okay.
Then we'll chat about it.
So, anyways, we're gonna react to some of these. Hopefully, it's funny. I'm sorry if it's not. We will bring back the Am I the Assholes?
I feel like it will be.
It will be. Okay. So I'll react to one, or I'll read one out, and we will discuss.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. The girl I'm. Is that a bird?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway. I was like, what is that weird sound? Anyway, girl I'm dating sent me photos of her in bed with another guy. Dun, dun, dun.
What the fuck?
So this girl, 19 female, and I, 25 male, have been dating for a few months, and it has gotten quite serious.
Okay.
She went to Germany last week for a few weeks and visited Berlin this weekend. I told her to go easy on the partying because I know how intense the drug scene is in Berlin. That same night, she sends me a couple pictures of her visibly either drunk or high. So I think, okay, cool, she's drunk. Hope she has fun. Then 4 hours later, she sends me photos of her in her underpants on a bed next to some other girl, and one other photo showing 3 other girls all in their underpants and some 50-year-old looking drugged up guy with his shirt off in the same bed. Okay, interesting. I was totally shocked and I ran to the bathroom at work to throw up. Is that a normal reaction?
That's a little dramatic.
It's a little dramatic. Like, come
You've
on.
been dating for a couple months.
Girl, you are not married. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like...
Yeah. That's a very, very dramatic reaction, but okay. Anyway, I didn't answer until yesterday and I told her to never talk to me again. She keeps asking me why and is calling me nonstop. She tells me to grow up and tell her what she did that was so bad. Thing is, I don't even know if she remembers it, but all my friends are telling me to get rid of her and not give her the time of day. So Reddit, should I give her an explanation or leave it be and move on?
Damn.
So what do you think of the offense?
Well,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't necessarily blame him for being a little bit like, you know, as someone that may have partaked in a few this is going down the wrong
You mean an orgy?
No, that's not where I was going with this.
Did you send some guy pictures of you in your underwear on a bed with some 50-year-old man?
Many times. That's like a usual weekend for me, Rose. No, what I was trying to say, but clearly was not saying it well. But as someone that has partaken in party drugs on occasion.
Party drugs and alcohol.
Yes, and alcohol.
Severe amounts of alcohol.
I know, for example, and I've you know, I've never really, I mean, at the time I wasn't in a relationship or anything and like whatever. And I just know that when you're on some substances, you definitely are more likely, you're more flirty, you're more
horny.
You're more, exactly. And the chances of you, exactly, the chance of you sleeping with somebody, even if you're like, maybe that wasn't your intention, but whatever, because you're just on such a high.
Are you excusing cheating at this moment?
No, I'm not excusing cheating at all. I'm just saying, I just know if for example, if my boyfriend was like in Ibiza or something, in Ibiza, if he was there and he was like taking a picture with all these like guys in his bed and they're all doing crazy drugs and stuff, like the chances that something didn't happen, I feel like are lower than if something did.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I can see where he's coming from. At the same time, if he really cared about her and they'd been together for a while, like I feel like he does owe her at least to say, hey, you know, I didn't think it was cool you sending those pictures of you in a bed with a guy, some girls. Like, that's why I don't feel comfortable about this and I want to end it.
Yes. I think he should give her an explanation.
100%.
Because the thing is,
I think you're owed. Honestly, people like
you are owed an explanation.
Yes.
You are 20. This man is 25 years old.
Yeah.
Just suck it up and just tell her, you shouldn't have sent me those photos. Don't know what was going on. I don't care, but I don't really feel comfortable continuing this.
Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you have to get back together with her or anything. But I feel like we're all adults here. And I feel like, especially if you've been with someone, if you only went on one date, like whatever, right? It is what it is. But you guys have been dating for a while. It was pretty serious. You do owe an explanation. Like, I'm sorry, but you do. Like, if I was dating someone even for a couple months and all of a sudden they're just like called it off, ghosted me, wouldn't take my calls, I'd be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Like, I would get pissed off myself. And I'm like, you owe that person at least an explanation. They might not agree with you, but you owe it to them.
Yes. So one of the top comments.
Not the asshole. Oh, wrong subreddit.
Wrong subreddit.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you date teenagers. I mean, it's kind of true.
Yeah.
She's 19.
Yeah.
Like, not to excuse, but kind of excuse.
Yeah.
Like, she's 19. You know, she's going to go crazy. She's going to make stupid mistakes.
Yeah.
You're 19. And we don't actually know if she like banged anybody. It sounds like the guy was like 50 years old and they probably just got drugged up and like, who the fuck knows?
Maybe he was the one supplying their drugs and they were just partying with him because he was like, had money, was older. He was supplying them with booze and alcohol or booze and drugs. Like, okay, that's what all it was. And there was nothing sexual to it, you know?
So maybe, if you're 25, there's a reason why, you know, the age gap thing is, you know, kind of a bigger deal when you're dealing with someone in their teens versus someone in their 20s.
Yeah.
Versus someone that's like in their 30s versus 40s, which is a different, you know, that would be a little bit more of a balance.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas like someone's 19, like they're going to do dumb shit.
But even if you're like 25, you do dumb shit.
I mean, we definitely did.
Yeah. I'm like, I was like
Yeah.
not good at my
Yeah, but like, did we
20s.
have an orgy and send pictures to the guy that we're seeing?
Maybe. No, just kidding, guys.
Somebody wrote, block her, dude. Come on. Jesus Christ.
But I honestly, I really, especially if you've been with someone for a little bit. I know that he only said a couple months, but they were getting pretty serious. Like, why do you not feel that you owe her an explanation? Like, you, granted, you're entitled to feel the way that you feel.
Yeah.
But like, just let her know and say, hey, this is what happened. Because then you know what, she can also mature and grow from that for her future relationships, right? Like, maybe she'll be upset, like probably be upset, whatever. But like, you can help you learn and grow. Like, I fucking hate people.
Someone wrote this. I'm actually seriously surprised. I've been through I think all the comments, and I haven't even seen this mentioned once. But is no one going to point out that she could have been roofied? Interesting. He said the pics sent to him were on Instagram, and they disappeared, so he couldn't keep them. Were they pictures she clearly took herself, or was she holding the phone and sent? Where she was holding the phone and sent them to you, or was she laying on the bed in these photos, and it's possible somebody else could have taken her phone and sent the picture to you? Interesting.
Yeah.
Someone responded to that saying, genuinely shocked that the immediate thought is, what did you expect? She's 19, just move on. She got what she deserved, and not she's a 19-year-old in a foreign country and doesn't even remember what happened. Did someone slip something in her drink? I mean, it is possible.
Exactly. And again, I go back to my statement. It's like, if you would talk to her about this and just let her make it clear why you don't want to see her, then maybe you'd find this out.
I mean, I don't think that, let's be honest. Like, yes, it could have happened, but the chance that you're going to be roofied and then someone's going to take pictures and send it with the guy's picture showing, very low.
Because also, because like, and again, I'm like, guys, it's
there was
it's
other
shitty
girls
when
there
this stuff
too.
happens. Yeah. But like, if somebody was like the person, the culprit or the culprit's friends or whatever, why would they be sending people pictures?
Exactly. So who knows? It could have happened.
Yeah, it could have.
But either way, it's fine to just have a conversation.
God, I still can't believe that's such a big thing still.
The roofie thing?
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
Yeah, I wonder how big it is. Like,
I don't know.
It's
like
so fucked.
Yeah, because I like, obviously, like, I'm like a male, so like it doesn't really, it's not as likely to happen to me. It still could.
It can definitely happen.
Yeah.
It can happen, and then they, because it usually, when it's like a female male dynamic, the female can drug the guy and then steal his shit. So that's usually what happens with that kind of situation. But in a gay relationship, it can definitely happen.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
for sure. But
maybe it's not as common, obviously, because men are like more like harder to carry. They're bigger, and But like, why? I will never understand. I mean, obviously, like, I don't understand many things that humans do.
Yeah.
But it's like, what is
the appeal?
Like, are you Jeffrey Dahmer? Like, what the fuck?
Like it's like literally you're like the person's gonna be like passed out. Like, how is that enjoyable?
How is that enjoyable? And how do you find that to be like fun for you?
Exactly. I really don't get it. I think
like,
it's like
a sex doll.
I think it's like a fucked up like power trip thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's so fucked.
I don't know. But even still, if you're like into that like dom kind of thing or whatever, you can find somebody that's like, wants to be submissive for you.
I know. But that's the thing. There are legal and ethical ways of working or of enjoying your fantasies.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
You don't have to be fucking, roofing people.
Exactly. There's probably a subreddit for it.
Okay, you pick
know?
one. Subreddit.
Okay. Oh God.
Isn't it so funny, this Reddit?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
How do I respond when a girl asks why I've never been in a relationship and I'm 27? I get asked this question and they seem like they're working out whether it's a red flag or not. I think I've just been focused on studying career and haven't found the right person yet.
Is that the end?
That's it.
I think that's a perfectly fine answer.
Yeah.
27 is young.
I agree.
Like, I didn't get in. I think I was 27? Maybe I was a little bit older. I was older than, I guess I was in like relationship when I was like 18 maybe.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't really get into a relationship until I was like late 20s.
I've never really had a serious relationship.
Yeah, so it's actually a lot more common, and I thought this is something that we both were very insecure about.
Yeah.
So I've never had much experience, but yeah, like it's something that a lot of people actually experience. It doesn't mean we haven't dated. We obviously date like a lot of fucking people.
Oh God. It's like so funny though, because I have been on a few dates where like,
do people react weird?
No, everyone's been nice about it, but a lot of more people are like, oh my God, like, yeah, they're like, you're such a nice guy, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm shocked.
But it's then the insinuation is that you couldn't get into a relationship, but that's just untrue, right?
Exactly.
So it's like the insinuation should never be that you couldn't get into a relationship. So you just have to own like, okay, yeah, maybe you haven't found a connection that you wanted to explore further.
Yeah.
maybe, yeah, you were too busy with school and you just like, you know, it's hard to find a connection and some people, I really feel like some people, I always was like, you know, looking at my friends that would always be in relationships back to back to back. And I could never understand how that is even possible.
Exactly.
Because like, I can't even like someone. like how do you commit to someone back to back to back?
Yeah.
Like, right after you break up with somebody, you find someone so fast. So everyone's built differently, essentially.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing too. It's like, there's many reasons why. And like the funny thing is for me is like, I've been on a few dates in my dating career.
Many dates.
And I do get that reaction like, oh, wow, like you're such a nice guy. Like I'm surprised, blah, blah, blah. And then there'll be the same people that end up fucking ghosting me or something. And I'm like, yeah, this is the reason why I'm single, you little fuckers. Like,
again, this is not the reason why.
I know it's not the reason why, guys, but I just want to like, it's funny when people say that and they're like, oh, well, you're such a nice guy, blah, blah.
I see what you're
and
saying.
then they're the ones that fucking ghost me or disappear or
break it off.
I break it off. And I'm like, well, there you go. That's, you know, I found a great guy and then you decided to do that. So anyway.
So, yeah. I mean, I think what he wrote is perfectly fine.
Everyone's writing, agreeing. They're like, you don't have to justify yourself for anyone. Just say you've been focusing on yourself and your career. If they don't like your answer, they can leave.
Yeah. And as long as like when you present yourself, if you are, you know, if you're attractive, if you got something going for you, people are not going to be like, oh my God, what a pathetic loser. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I don't think so anyways.
Some of these comments though.
What?
This one person put, someone asked me once why I'd only ever slept with 4 women. My answer was, only 4 said yes. Not everyone has a plethora of options at 27.
And I feel like nowadays the whole like people not being in a relationship for a long time is more and more common, which obviously is kind of an issue.
It's because they keep talking about this like loneliness, you know, like
thing.
This loneliness thing happening. And honestly, like, well, I was talking to Rose about this the other day, and we'll share a little fun story for you guys. Actually, I'll be a little bit more
vulnerable
open with the public audience here.
Look at us being vulnerable.
I know.
We're never vulnerable.
No, never.
Well, actually, we discussed our vulnerabilities in the Patreon exclusive, guys.
Yeah, so check it out. But one thing that I found frustrating, especially with like the dating apps and things right now, is like it seems to have gotten to such a bad place now. Like it's weird. And
little preview of our Patreon exclusive.
Exactly. I'm going to say one thing, guys. This is it. And then everything else is for the exclusive. But I've been, you know, matching with people and, you know, I'll start having a conversation with them. This happened just the other day. Started having a conversation with this and I sent Rose the screenshots and literally it's like, hey, how's it going? Like, you know, what are you doing your master's or whatever? I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Something. And then their response was like the response to my question. Didn't ask me anything else. So I was like, ask them another question.
Yeah.
Like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then again, the response to me. And I'm just getting so sick of it.
And so what did you respond back,
so
Daniel?
Finally I was like,
this is my favorite part.
God, what did I write exactly? I was just like, hey, I just put LOL because they had said something funny. I was like, LOL. So am I gonna ask? Are you gonna?
Do you want to know anything about me, or should I keep interviewing you?
No, I didn't say
Did
it like
you say
that.
that? Okay,
No,
I wanted you to say that.
I know that I didn't do it like that. I just put, and I did it in a more friendly, like not that that's not friendly.
No, that's kind of snarky.
Yeah, but I just put LOL. So ... Are you gonna ask me any questions? ? Like being friendly, you know. It's not like.
And then he unmatched
Me, guys, instantly.
You dodged a bullet there.
I know. I was joking with Rose, and I was like, "Watch, I'm gonna call him out." And he's gonna unmatch me, and then I'm thinking, no, he won't unmatch me. Like we just started chatting, so I sent him that note, and it wasn't even a rude thing to say. It was just like, are you gonna ask me any questions? Like, do you want to know anything about me? Like, and then he unmatched me. I was like, this is the state of what we're dealing with.
Exactly. This is why. Okay, this is why I feel like again we are fine to give dating advice because it's not us. It is what is out there.
Oh, God.
Spoken like a true avoidant attachment.
Yes. And for more of those stories, guys, check out our patreon.com/SaVeg podcast. Anyway, next one.
I may be avoidantly attached, but I'm not that fragile. Okay.
Yes.
That man that's like, I'd be like, oh, you know what? It's kind of nice someone calling me out a little bit.
You know what though? Guys, I've decided at hashtag 2023, 2023, no fucks given. And I'm going to start doing that. Like
We're just going to be I feel like we have too much shame, you know?
Yeah.
We need to have no shame. We need to be crazy.
I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop. If people aren't asking me questions, I'm going to start calling them out and be like,
I really want you to just say like, I mean, this is when you have nothing to lose and you just want to be a dick.
Yeah.
I really want to say one day, if like I'm talking to this guy, like let's say he's not asking any questions, which happens like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be like, yeah, do you do you enjoy this interview or do you want to ask me any questions?
I know, but it's so ridiculous. Like, how are you supposed to learn anything about another person? Like, literally, how are people got so bad at communicating?
I don't know. It's
I
really
don't
bad.
understand, guys.
I blame the internet. I blame social media. I
blame social
everything.
media.
Okay.
Let's hear it, Rose.
Oh, this is interesting.
Okay.
Let's see. Is it generally true that if someone is genuinely interested in you, they will reach out on their own time? And then they wrote, I know I've seen this floating around on this subreddit, but is it true? I've been on dates with girls who have been caught up in college, work, etc. But is it automatically a sign to move on if they do not reach out for setting up another date? Oh, so this is a guy asking a question.
Interesting.
Dude, you reach out. Like, okay, I'm sorry. I don't know how the college dynamic is in today's day and age, okay? But maybe call me traditional, call me old-fashioned. But I still believe that there are things that attract, we're talking about straight relationships here. In straight dynamics, there are things that attract women to men and men to women. And one of the things that is attractive about a man is when he is, this is a person that we're already kind of into, right?
Okay.
So if we're already like kind of into this person, it is attractive when the guy takes the initiative and, and asks the woman out again. And the woman is probably waiting for the guy to say something. But the only way to find out is if the guy fucking messages.
And nine
the
times out
woman
of 10
can
he
message
doesn't.
as well.
9 times out of 10 he doesn't.
What do you mean? This guy?
No, it sounds like a lot of guys don't.
No, a lot of guys do. A lot of guys do reach out, yes.
Oh, okay.
But then if I'm not interested, I'll just tell them.
Yeah. Okay, fair.
Are you saying that 9 out of 10
9 out
times
of 10, I
guys
don't
don't
know.
reach back out to me?
I'm thinking about my dating experiences, the homosexual
No,
world.
most of the time they will. But then, and if I'm into it, then I'll, then I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go out again.
Yeah.
But if I'm not, I will tell them.
Oh,
In college, I don't know though.
I'm sick of dating. I'm going to become a lesbian.
So, first comment. If they do not, what do you think? Do you think like if they don't, you think that someone that's genuinely interested in you will reach out on their own time?
Well, it's hard to say because you're saying like, how did the conversation get left? Like who was supposed to reach out to who? Like there's so many different factors nowadays. It's like, at the end of the day, if you really like that person, then maybe you should just reach out to them. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Rose?
Well, I think that, after a first date, what I would do, this is me.
Okay.
So what I do is, let's say we had a good time.
Yeah.
Well, either way, whether or not we had a good time, I expect the guy to reach out.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, they do. They will say, thanks for a great night.
You have a higher track record than me, Rose.
But maybe they're waiting for you to reach out.
That's true.
See, with homosexuals, I don't know.
I know. I'm
It's a very different world.
I'm in a dating hellscape, okay?
Maybe you should always reach out just in case.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe that should be the new rule. If you like them. If you
Yeah.
don't like them, fuck it.
Yeah. Fair.
But you would anyway, right? If you like
if
someone.
I like somebody, I would, yeah.
Yeah. But also, even if you weren't really sure, if the guy reached out, then you would probably maybe go out with them if you're not sure.
Yeah. I
So
would.
that's the another thing that you might miss out on. Even if they're not 100% sure, they may not take the initiative to reach out, especially if they're a girl in a straight dynamic.
Exactly. And if this guy's like, hey, I expect her to reach out in her own time. It's like, if you like her, just reach out to her.
Exactly. And like, there's definitely been dates where after the first one, I'm like, I'm not really sure. But if they reach out and they like want to go out again, then like I do end up going out with them again just to check.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe I will build attraction.
I've done that too.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
so I think that so first date, I wait, they will reach out, and then if I'm not into it, then I'll just say, I'll send my template.
Yeah. Templated response.
Well, yes, and I'll say, thanks for a great night. You're a great guy. I have to be transparent. All the words.
Yeah.
And then and they usually take it very well.
Yeah.
They don't really say much. Or I go out with them again. So the guy should reach out.
Yes.
That's the conclusion.
What's the comment section? Tell us what people said in the comment section, Roses.
Let's see. Okay. this comment is long. Okay. If they do not reach out, you can always do it too.
Yeah.
Personally, I think there's not much excuse for texting back. When I met my current partner / fiance, I was working full time on top of having 2 startups, volunteering, and getting my second master's. And I texted him a lot. He told me he wasn't big on texting, but I know he makes an effort to reply ASAP. Even if he can't watch, listen, read what I send him, he'd at least reply he's busy now and look at it later. Or he'll tell me he has meetings, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, that being said, I think people aren't patient enough to give relationships time to develop and are cautious of appearing needy or desperate, and thus silly rules like waiting 3 days, not double texting, etc. have popped up. In my opinion, if you like someone, talk to them. Double, triple text. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's a little bit too much. Seriously, who cares? Just because 1 or 3 dates didn't have that idiotic magical notion of a spark doesn't mean chemistry can't or won't develop. Some people are just slower to open up or slower to get comfortable around strangers. Just do what you want and what feels true to yourself. If you aren't the straightforward double texting type, then fine, don't do that. If you are the type that is forward, wear your heart on your sleeves and bombards people with essays, do that. People who like you will like that regardless of whatever rules or social dating conventions you've supposedly broken. Interesting. I mostly agree.
Yeah.
I think maybe triple text if they haven't responded in days, maybe that's too much.
Yeah.
But I think in some ways, yeah, even though I just like spouted a bunch of rules about how men should text first, in some ways, rules are made to be broken. Great.
True. That's very true.
Live your life. Live your life. Anyway.
Do I get to pick the next one?
Yes. Let me go back. There you go.
This question. Would you date someone who you don't find physically attractive?
Oh, I saw that.
But whose personality is amazing? Why or why not? I'm a 19-year-old female, met a guy, and we really click, but I don't feel physically attracted to him much. I want to keep dating him, but I'm worried that the lack of physical attraction might potentially cause a strain down the line. I have little to no relationship experience and was hoping to hear other people's thoughts on this sort of thing.
Well, yeah, I would. Well, here's the thing. It depends on if you're attracted to him.
Yeah.
Because there's physical attraction.
Yeah.
But that can only take you so far.
Yeah.
Okay? Because I've dated guys where I was like physically attracted at first and I was like, oh my God, this guy's so hot.
Yeah.
And then like 3 dates in, I'm like, ooh.
You're like, yeah.
I'm not into this.
Yeah.
So the physical attraction is, I think, somewhat important. But I think if you spend time with someone, because like I've developed feelings for people that I wasn't physically attracted to, but because I spent time with them, I developed feelings.
Yeah.
Because of maybe their personality or we got along really well. So if you are developing feelings for this person, then absolutely. But if you're not developing feelings and you're just not attracted, that's a different story.
Yeah.
So I think it just depends on if you feel like you're actually attracted to someone versus you're just kind of like around because he's nice,
Some of these comments.
Oh, is it bad?
It's funny. But it's a little bit dirty as well. Physical attraction can increase or decrease, but it has to be there in some amount for it to be able to grow. You can't grow a flower without having a seed, can you?
Wait, is that supposed to be dirty?
Yeah, like seed and like,
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I just thought maybe you're just dirty minded.
I could be, but I'm
just thinking it just means like you need that initial, like the attraction is the seed that grows into a flower.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what they're meaning.
I think you're just dirty minded.
I am probably dirty minded.
What is the seed? Tell me. Tell me.
Like seed is like, a man's.
Oh.
Like a seed.
Oh, God damn, Daniel.
I know.
I think you're just.
Maybe this is just me. Maybe
you
I'm
just
like
got something on your mind.
I've been in the gay dating world too long.
Yeah, I think so. You gays are in your own world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It says a lot of them are like, that's a tough one. Healthiest relationships include both physical and emotional. Can the attraction grow? Of course. Can it never be present? Of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It sounds like she's not into him.
Yeah.
Because like again, you can easily like someone or develop feelings for someone that you do not initially find attractive.
Yeah.
In fact, most of the guys when I was younger, when I had a crush on them, I never found them attractive initially.
Yeah.
But then later on, I found them attractive.
This is the thing. I think more so than personality is attraction can grow. Because like I feel like with personality generally, like I know, at least at this age now, maybe not when I was 19, but you kind of, certain personalities I find very attractive.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it's less likely for a personality to grow on me, although it still could. Whereas someone's attraction, like their looks and stuff, that can grow on me. Like that can be like, initially I might just be like, oh, you know, I'm not sure I'm into this person. And I start to spend more time with them. I'm like, oh, actually.
Because of their personality, now their looks are looking better.
Exactly.
That
the
happens
personality
all the time.
starts, it starts to build.
And then you're like showing your friends the picture of the guy you like, and then they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like who the hell
like,
is
no,
this?
but like I like him.
Yeah, and he's like actually a really nice guy. And like, so I do feel like, and this could just be my experience, guys, but I do feel like the physical attraction can grow more easily than like the emotional. Because I feel like that, well, and
Really? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
Emotional attraction can also very much grow.
It can.
But it has to have a certain foundation already,
Yeah.
right? You have to get along to a certain level. But if you're getting along with this person and they're not like, obvious, again, like if you're at the extreme end of the look scale, that might be a little bit difficult. But if they're like, most people fall somewhere in the average, somewhere in the middle. Actually, not based on my current experience of swiping on dating apps.
Oh God,
But,
Rose.
You know, but even some of those people, let's say I met them in person and, you know, they had a really charming and really attractive personality. I could easily fall for someone that I don't, and that I will never swipe right on a dating app.
Part of me wishes that we didn't have dating apps.
It really fucks us over.
I know.
I really think it's fucking us over.
I also think, and like obviously, like, you know, for certain things, like us doing this, your job, everything else. But I also feel like social media in a big way.
Oh yes.
Like I'm like, I almost feel like we were.
I know. I hate it.
In a better place before we had
social
Facebook,
media,
Instagram, all of that stuff. Because like, if you think about like, I look back at like my childhood versus growing up, right? Like, and I'm like, basically, like we had. Facebook wasn't around until I was in university. Yeah. But even then, I think my university experience was like a little bit better just because like it just started. Like everyone was sort of getting Facebook. It wasn't huge. Instagram didn't come out until pretty much I was graduated. Like
and Facebook was a bit different from Instagram.
It was, yeah.
It was kind of like a wholesome place at that time.
At that time it was, because it was more like, hey, you have your group of friends and you share your pictures with your friends. If you're like go travel or do whatever, and I'm like, oh cool, Rose is here or Daniel's here.
It was
like,
actually quite wholesome.
It was.
Now it's like everyone and anyone. I mean, I guess you could have a private Instagram account, but still, like it's very showy. It's not as.
You get so many. This is the thing too. Before, I never used to have this as much, and now there's so many ads. There's so much. You're bombarded with stuff, and I'm like, that wasn't like that before. And then you have like, obviously you have Snapchat, you have
TikTok, the worst of it.
Oh my God, TikTok, all of these things, and I'm like, I think back to like before, because I remember a time before this, and like.
We're that old. We remember the times.
I know. And
before,
and honestly, I can think back to that time and I was like, I was less distracted. Life was a bit simpler, you know, like there was still lots going on. I still was in school and doing X, Y, Z, but like I wasn't on my phone all the time.
I know.
Like that was the biggest thing. It's like the only time you were on your phone was really for texting. And the text message, maybe you'd send like, I don't know, a couple a day, like, you know, maybe more than that, obviously.
I mean, a few more than that.
Yeah, a few more.
I think I used to text more back then with the dumb phones.
Oh, yeah.
Because now I'm just like, again, because of there's so much going on the phone, I just like don't want to message people.
Yeah. But it's like too much. And I'm almost like,
I know.
I kind of want to like revert back.
Should we get a dumb phone? Like, should we?
I'm kind of like on the fence about it. Because then I can
only
still
just use this for like work or something.
Yeah. And then get a phone that literally all you have on your phone. Like, it doesn't even have to be a dumb phone. You could get another like
a smartphone,
like an older iPhone,
right? That doesn't do like social media.
Maybe it does, but just don't download the apps on that phone. The only thing you have on there is your WhatsApp, because obviously you need to communicate with your friends, and
but I gotta take pictures. I can't do it. You could do it.
I could.
You could do it.
I could do it.
I got a business to run on this goddamn phone.
So maybe I'll get a second phone, guys. And I'm literally, this one I'll leave at home. The one that has all the Instagram and Facebook and all this shit on it. Leave it at home. And the only one I have with me most of the time is the one just for texting or like with my bank.
Well,
like
nowadays there's like a trend of young kids, like maybe in university, that
get like dumb phones.
Get dumb phones for going out. They call it like a going out phone. So I don't know what they do. I don't know if they swap the SIM card or maybe they have double SIM card. Right. But they'll just bring their, you know, dumb phones out with them so that they're not like distracted, or maybe they're not like Snapchatting their crush, something stupid.
Well, but I would feel like that's more the reason, like, because people get drunk and then slide into people's DMs, do all this, and
that's another danger.
It's so dangerous now because back when we were growing up, again, yeah, Facebook was a little bit around, but like when I was going out and partying like hard back in the day, it's like if I got really fucked up and wasted, like the worst thing I could do is if I had a guy's number in my phone, then I could message him, right? I couldn't like go into Instagram and find some hot guy that I don't even really know, slide into his DMs. Oh, you know, you couldn't do that anymore. That? No. I never have. Even when I got, the thing is, even when I've gotten super wasted, I've never done it. But
I would die.
But the thing is, with your phone, it's like The
I know.
availability is there.
It's a minefield.
Yeah.
You're right. Maybe we should get going out phones.
Yeah. Like ones that were just like, you know, and also it just means you're less distracted when you're out.
Well, to be fair, I feel like we don't really look at phones when we go out. Like if we were like going out, like we don't really look at our phones.
You know what
And
too?
I hate when I'm out for dinner with friends and people are just like looking at their phones.
Yeah,
I can't
it's so
stand
annoying. Well, you know, Rose, you know how you said you have to take pictures, right? Because you do for your job. I get it. But maybe like if you had a very almost the same kind of similar phone. But again, you don't have all the social media apps on it, but you can take the pictures and later you could send them to this phone.
Or I could use an actual digital camera.
Yes.
That's it. That's an option too.
You could take your little phone and a digital camera. Done.
God damn, Daniel. Maybe I should.
I mean, it just feel like, and
I think the phone issue though for me is not when I go out. It's when I'm at home and I'm alone is when I am on my phone like nonstop.
TikTok.
Oh my God. It's TikTok. We need to delete TikTok.
I agree. I think I'm going to delete it soon.
It's such a waste of, I know, but it's so valuable.
Like literally, me and Rose were looking at our screen times, and I'm not going to share
bad.
exactly how bad it was, but it was bad.
Well, apparently, no. I shared with someone.
Yeah.
I can't remember who, but I was like, oh my God, my screen time was like 5 hours a day or like 6 hours a day, and they were like, oh my God, that's not even that bad. Mine's like 9 or 10. So like we're actually not even at the high end of the scale.
That's scary.
Some people, exactly.
But I'm sorry, guys. Like, when have we gotten to this society where it's okay that we think it's okay to spend 9 hours a day on our phone?
It's so bad.
When does that become a thing?
I think if you look at younger kids now, it's probably more common.
Yeah.
Because like people are also like always on their phones. Sometimes like I try not to look at my phone when I'm out, like if I'm walking on the street or something.
Yeah.
But so many times I see people just like looking at their phone the whole time.
It's crazy to me, but also when we think about it too, it's like maybe that's part of the reason why I was saying about these dating apps, people being so bad at communicating because they're just on TikTok, their mind span, they're not. No,
it's what it is. We have no attention span anymore, and same with us. But you know, and then again with the dating apps and dating in general, because of all these apps and all these seemingly abundant choices, which we've discussed before, but this illusion of choice, when we have so much of it, is not a good thing. No. Right? So now none of us are satisfied with dating because there's too much out there. Yeah. Too many distractions. There's pretty girls and pretty guys all over Instagram. Yep. And all of our dating apps. Well, not so much pretty guys on the dating apps, but you know, there's all these endless options, seemingly endless options.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty bad out there. So let's see.
Sorry, Rose, I'm yawning.
God damn, you be done.
I'll be done.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can find some top posts. Top. There we go.
Sorry, guys. I'm a little tired today. I mean,
you're always a bit tired, Daniel. What's going on with you?
Well, today was a holiday here in Canada. And basically, me and my parents, as I've said on a couple other episodes, like we're working on a home renovation project right now. And let me tell you, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
We're nearing the end, and
God.
I'm so excited.
I cannot wait till it is done. For
you. It literally is like maybe another 2 weeks, I think, and then I'm good.
I don't believe you. I will not believe you until it's over. Yeah. You've been saying it's almost done for the last 4 months.
No, but like for now, it really is. Like all the big stuff's done. So.
God damn, Daniel, I'll be excited. I can't wait to see it when it's done. Okay.
I'll send you a video.
So, this one says, I went on a date and it went terrible. So I've been speaking to this girl for 3 weeks. Agreed to go on a date. That was mistake number 1, guys. 3 weeks is too long. Anyways, agreed to go on a date, but she was unsure about me picking her up from her house. Okay, dude, you got to work on your grammar. Anyway, and she wanted to meet at a place close by. So I agreed, and we drove to the date in separate cars. Weird, I know. Anyway. No.
Maybe she's in.
How old are you? 12? Okay, anyway.
Exactly.
Then just before we get there, I pull out of the roundabout and lose her. Then she claims she got lost, then continues to lie, then finally admits she didn't think I was her type. Okay. Now I think I'm not good enough and ugly. Should I listen to them thoughts? Okay, I feel like he's 16 or something.
Oh my God.
Okay, first of all, why are you meeting at a place close by? Like, if you're both driving, just meet at the location. I don't understand this. And I also wouldn't want, if it's a first date, if I had met this guy, I don't want the guy to pick me up. Yeah. Hell nah. Never.
You gotta feel them out first, and then
you gotta make sure he's not gonna fucking, no. Do not get a guy to pick you up on the first date. You meet at the spot in a public space.
Yes.
Not at some random spot.
I know.
Wait, I don't understand this.
Be crazy as hell. Also, like, if someone's not into you, someone's not into you. You know what I mean? Like,
Poor guy.
don't ever let that be like a reason to like. I know we all do it. I'm guilty of it. Rose is guilty of it. We all do it in some way. It's like, because especially if it's someone that we really like, and then it turns out like they're like, oh, we don't like you for whatever reason, you start getting down on yourself.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with like you as a person, what you represent or whatever. It's more that like you're just not compatible with that person, right? Like it has nothing to do with like, it could have been something that another person might love about you, right? So don't try not to get so harsh on yourself to be like, oh, because I mean, I've been in this situation many times.
I mean, everyone has.
I know.
Obviously, if somebody doesn't like, and it sounds like she's just kind of judging based on like his looks, which is
not
so
nice.
tough.
I know.
But yeah, I mean, everyone has different taste. Everyone has a different,
exactly
preference. So, I mean, I think he's like a young guy. Let's see. Top comment. Going forward, there are 3 things to take from this. With dates, there shouldn't be transport logistics. Wherever the date is held, that is where you both independently meet each other. Yes, thank you.
100%.
Yes. Anyway, second, don't wait 3 weeks to arrange a date. Yes, thank you. Do not wait 3 weeks to arrange a date. Okay, that spark and flare only has a short time period. Meet up as soon as you can, and then don't have room to overthink or get led on. Totally agree with this. Do not let it linger on for 3 weeks. That's way too long. 2 weeks
Guilty.
maximum. You do this all the time and it bothers me. 2 weeks maximum, Daniel. Max. And I would say with you, only 1 week.
Okay.
With me, 2 weeks because I'm horrible at responding. But you're better.
Yeah, I am better.
So, and then third, well done for seeing it through. I'm sorry it wasn't the result you wanted. You just need to keep going. I think he just needs to get some more experience, date some more people. And yeah, he'll be fine. One more.
God damn, Roses.
Ooh. I like that one.
Me too. Oh, it's a long one too.
Oh, we love a long, juicy subreddit post.
We love a long one, don't we, Rose?
Speak for yourself, Daniel. You've been thinking way too much.
I know,
about
apparently.
That seed.
Oh, God. I can't believe you've never heard that expression before.
Maybe I'm just so innocent,
God, Rose, you are not innocent. Okay, guys, question. Did I mess up by not kissing or initiating contact?
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
I assume it's a guy.
Yeah, it is. I'm a male, 29 years old. Just got back from my second date with this girl, female 31, that I'm really beginning to fall for.
Aww.
Oh, guys.
We love a man that has emotions.
I do. I love it. I'm like, oh, it's so cute. When can I find one? We had an amazing first meeting set up by a mutual friend who joined us. Be great if I could have a,
Oh my God, right?
I would love this. Cute meet cute.
Meet cute.
Meet
That's
cute.
not a meet cute.
Okay. Anyway, I'm never going to make
I love
meet
how you're
cute
obsessed
happen.
with this meet cute.
So we had an amazing first meeting set up by a mutual friend, blah, blah, blah. I made her laugh all night long. We connected on basically everything. It couldn't have gone better. Tonight we met at the movies because it seemed like something she'd really enjoy, even though I think films make for awful dates. We had a terrific time in the theater to the extent that we could. We laughed the entire way. We shared popcorn. She was super happy to be there. Immediately after, we went to a restaurant across the street and things got super deep, super fast. She opened up to me about so many things that she seemed to have on her mind about her life, her past relationships, her journey, mixed feelings about the city we're in, our philosophies on art, you name it. We talked about it. It was a great conversation. She seemed to really love certain responses of mine, but I personally felt nervous and off my game because the restaurant's ambience kind of sucked. Noisy, annoying waiters, and going from 0 to 100 emotionally after 3 hours in a movie theater threw me for a loop. We ended up leaving and finishing the night chatting, some more at a separate, more quiet location. However, the conversation got even deeper to the point that she got pretty emotional at certain stages. It was beautiful of her to open up the way that she did. I loved and agreed with everything she said. And I'm glad we had that talk but it caused some inner conflict because I was hoping to, because anything I was hoping to do as far as a romantic progression, hand holding or kissing, just didn't feel appropriate at this point. I was so scared of jarring her with something like that and coming off as disrespectful. So we finished up. I walked her to her car. We shared a warm hug goodbye. And now I'm feeling like I might have fucked up. I really like this girl. She seems incredible. I don't know what to make of all this. At one point, I did go to grab her hand and gently stroke it from the as a form of contact, but it didn't really last. She seems to really like me, but I'm so paranoid I could be mistaken. I text her telling her how beautiful her honesty was and that I hope to hang out with her again soon. She said same. But in the meantime, I'm going to be tossing and turning about how she really feels.
Oh my God.
Any thoughts?
I think he's overthinking this whole touching, kissing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I mean, I don't know where he is. Like, I don't know where he lives. But depending on where you live, what we find is that kissing on the first or second date is not always... In this city, it's not that common.
It's not a big thing.
A lot of guys don't make... You know, like, they don't try to kiss even on the second date. So I, personally, as a woman... I mean, when I was in London, though...
Oh, yeah. London's a different dating story.
Everyone's fucking making out on the first date, okay?
Yeah, because usually lots of alcohol's involved.
Exactly.
You're at a pub. Next thing you know...
So in London, it was very normal to kiss on the first date. In fact, when I remember I was, like, dating this guy, and it was, like, the third date, and he hadn't kissed me on the third date, and I was like, this guy doesn't like me. Which in fact he actually, like, he told me later that he like wasn't over his ex or something, so he really in fact did not actually like me. But
well, it's not that he didn't like you. He probably did like you, but he just wasn't. He had,
so
he had his own emotional baggage.
But I thought from the first date, the fact that he didn't kiss me was weird.
Yeah.
But so I think it depends on the city you're in. But I think most girls, like, as long as you show the interest, and the fact that he actually texted her after and said, like, you know, it was a great time, like, let's go out again, that's enough. Like, you don't need to be, you know, rushing into, you know, doing all this stuff. I think he's a bit nervous. I think he needs to, like, maybe calm down, loosen up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's hard when you really like someone.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are saying the same thing. They're like, stop overthinking it. Better to take things slow rather than too fast. She knows you're interested, and she's made it clear that it's mutual, and that's what matters.
Exactly.
And then somebody wrote, she told you her life story. I feel like that is the biggest sign of trust and mutual affection, more than sucking face. I think you made the right decision, and I hope it goes well for you, lovebirds.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And also,
he's cute. He seems cute.
He does seem really cute. He's like, I thought it was so powerful of her to open up to me like that. And I'm just like, oh, you're such a cute guy.
I want a guy to talk about me like this instead of just trying to suck face.
I know. Too many guys trying to suck face, you know? Like, fuck you guys. I know I'm hot, but like, just get off me.
I'm not a fucking piece of meat, you know?
I know. Oh, God. There's been some... I went on a few dates, guys. There was one in London.
In London?
Oh, because London was
people
like
are horny
crazy.
as fuck in London.
People are horny as fuck everywhere.
That's true.
But people in London are just very forward. And there was one guy, and I didn't want to kiss him at all. And like,
oh, God, ew.
And it was
he
the
raped
worst.
your face.
He did. He like grabbed me and pulled me into this like alley. And, and then like pushed me up against this wall. And I was just like...
And he's probably thinking this is like so sexy.
He's like, oh, yes. And probably he's loved the banter so far. And he's probably loving this moment. And I was just like, oh. And like, it was just so awkward. And then also the kiss was really bad. Like, it was,
that's the worst.
I know, it was like just too much of everything.
Oh, God.
And I just remember like being like, fuck my life.
Like, fuck my fucking life.
Yeah.
Get off me right now. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, actually, so after dating in London, I moved back here, and I'm dating here, and I'm like, why is no one kissing me on the first? This is so weird. But then later I realized like this is not as common here.
Yeah. Here it's like people generally like, it's like a couple dates and then they'll kiss you.
Yeah, usually. Like 2 or 3, I would say.
Yeah.
Depending on the guy.
Like the first date is very rare.
There are some guys that kiss on the first date. Yeah. This does happen.
I have kissed on a first date here in Calgary.
Yeah, so it does happen.
Yeah.
I would say for me it's about, let me think, like 50-50. What about you?
I would say here in Calgary it's like like
for the homosexuals.
The homosexuals, 30% kiss on a first date and 70 don't. Well, it depends. It depends on the vibes.
Yeah. Depends on who's the mask.
Oh, God.
Mask for mask.
Yeah, but I've also leaned in and kissed too.
Yeah, so maybe, you know what? I think moving forward, you become a little bit more, if you want to.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
I should become the dom in the relationship, shouldn't I?
The mask.
The mask dom, guys. That's what's going to happen.
People are going to go, oh my God, Rose, you're so homophobic.
Rose is homophobic, guys. PSA.
Ain't no one more homophobic than a homosexual.
This is true.
We were talking about this was it the Patreon exclusive?
I think so, yeah. Because like honestly, gay guys, I mean, not gay guys, but like in the LGBTQ community, it's shocking. I think we did talk about this in the exclusive as well. Like some of the blatant like...
just like not homophobia necessarily,
no,
but well, there is a little bit like because like you know bottoms are always kind of
they call it bottom shaming,
yeah, which I think is so crazy.
I know, I'm like,
what the hell?
I know, there's that, and then there's like
someone's got to be a bottom.
Well,
it's a 50-50 transaction.
I know,
like what the hell? Someone's got to receive. You can't just be given all the time.
Oh God, Rose.
It's true. I don't understand this bottom shame situation.
I know. It's weird. There's that. There's like the whole mask for mask. Like I'm only going to date masculine guys because I'm a masculine guy.
Right.
And then there's also like people will put on their profiles, which I think is so cringy, where they'll be like, oh, no fats, no femmes, no
that's
Asians.
the worst. That's the worst.
And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, obviously everyone has their preferences.
Yeah.
But like, there's no need to put them out there because honestly, if you know what your preferences are, you're not going to necessarily interact with people that aren't in your preferences, right?
Yeah.
But also, I think that you sometimes need to widen your preferences because there could be people out there that are amazing that maybe don't fit into your usual category
Of mask. So,
of everything.
yeah. So
I'm
would you
speaking for
date?
myself,
Would
too.
you date a more feminine man?
I think I'd be potentially open to it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Not like, again, like well, never mind. I'm not going to go there. Not on this podcast, guys. That's for an exclusive episode.
Okay. Interesting. What do you do about a girl who takes forever to text? I've been hanging out with this girl for about 3 weeks. Very flirty, talkative, and is definitely into me. She never refuses to go out or was hesitant. However, she takes forever to respond to my texts. At some point, I thought she ghosted me because she took 3 days to respond. That's pretty severe.
I mean, it sounds familiar to me.
Excuse me. Okay. If I liked a guy, I would not take 3 days to respond. Okay. You know it's not true.
That's
I would not
true.
take 3 days. Only if I
maybe
was not
2.
into the guy.
Maybe 2.
No. At least once a day. At least. If I liked a guy.
Yeah, okay. Sure.
He says, we are both 19, but here's the thing. She doesn't use any social media at all. Interesting.
That's interesting for a 19-year-old.
And then he put an edit. He says, I just wanted to clarify that we aren't really anything. I ran into her after the gym. She struck up a conversation and I asked her out on our first date. Besides that, I don't think the date was going to take place since she's a slow texter. Okay, there's a part 2.
Part 2, let's hear it.
Okay. And then part 2 is, God damn, what the hell? Okay. Should I keep pursuing this girl who's great in person but lacks communication? So basically he's been hanging out, blah, blah, blah. In person, she's great. Why are you laughing?
So I feel like this is you, Rose. Great in person.
Well, I'm not 19.
That's true.
Okay. In person, she's great, flirts, asks deep, open-ended personal questions, and is very engaging. However, she takes hours to respond to my texts and sometimes even days. I texted her how her finals are going on Monday and she responded to me Thursday night.
Yeah, that's pretty
I
bad.
ran into her today after the gym at my college, said hi, and decided to keep walking as I thought I would give her less attention. But then she came up to me and started a conversation. After talking for a bit, I asked what she's doing this week. Then followed up by asking her if she wants to go out. She suggested something other than the gym since she's not a fitness person like me. We settled on bubble tea. Here's what's confusing. What's conflicting. She's great in person, as I mentioned earlier. However, she takes ages to respond, which makes me think she's either playing her game or genuinely never looks at her phone. What do you guys think? How do I even confront her about this? We aren't really anything. Should I even bring this up in a humorous way?
You know what I think the thing is, though? He did mention, he's like, she's 19, right? She doesn't have social media. She sounds like somebody that's not the most engaged on her phone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's not like the millennials or the Gen Zers or whatever that generation is now, that are on their phone 24/7. It sounds like she's kind of trying to break the mold a little bit and like doesn't want to have social media and doesn't like, you know.
There's a
Update.
part 3.
Oh, part 3. Let's hear it.
So I went out with this girl and got some coffee. We met at the spot we agreed on, gave her a small compliment about her fit. God, these guys go on real detail about this. When we got in the car, she had to look through our messages to pull up the directions to the place we're going. I took advantage of that to address her being a bad texter and said something like, do you ever look at your messages, in a sarcastic way? Then she told me she is a really bad texter with everyone and prefers in-person communication. I agree with this one. However, 3 days is extreme. Anyway,
that is a lot.
Fine. Maybe she actually is. We got there, sat down, and talked about it, whatever. Then towards the end, I decided to ask her if she's interested in us dating since she's giving me very mixed signals. Compliments me a lot, flirts, very good in person, yet might call me bestie or friend.
Yeah, you're not there.
She said she had actually thought about that recently and told me she feels she isn't ready at the moment for a ding, ding, ding. There it is.
Yeah.
For a relationship, and mentioned a list of a few things she needs to work on. She also mentioned that she does really like me, and if she were to date anyone, it would be me. Really, girl?
But she's calling him friend and bestie. Like if someone, okay, guys, if anyone's being like, "Hey, friend" or whatever, like I feel like they're not interested in you.
They are not interested. She is not interested romantically. Not to mention, she was complimenting me the whole time we were there. Again, I think she's overcompensating because she doesn't want to reject this guy. And maybe she does really like him as a friend. Later, we then got into some deeper topics. What's your love language? Previous dating experience, etc., which led to her suggesting that she would like to go on practice dates.
What the fuck?
So I've
never even heard of this.
I guess maybe she doesn't have much experience dating, and
Rose,
she
you want to go to practice date?
I've had enough practice. Okay. Jesus Christ. So I thought I would let her have the ball in her court, make plans, and text me first, since I'm always the one who makes plans and texts first, and to test if she actually likes me. Here's why I'm very conflicted. It's been over 3 days and she hasn't texted at all. She has promised she will work on her communication over text. Is she just being nice by going out and making time to see me, or is she just keeping me around for attention? Keep in mind that she's usually the one that compliments me more. She's 100% keeping you around for attention or for a practice date.
Exactly. If anyone said to me, "Oh, I just want to be friends, but will you go on practice dates with me?" I'm like, no, sorry. Like, I know I'll be like, sorry guys, like that might sound a little bit harsh, but like, especially like, but maybe when I was 19, I would have, I don't know. But like, I'm like, no, I'm not interested in practice dates. Like
What is a practice date? You're basically going on a date.
Exactly. Like I have friends, I have things to do. Like, I don't know. Like maybe she wants
you know how you do a practice date? Go on a real date.
Exactly.
That's how you
maybe
practice
she wants
a
to
date.
go out with him as friends and have him pay for everything as if it was a date.
Oh god damn, maybe that's what oh, look at you delving into that female stereotype.
Oh,
God damn, Daniel. How you know she gonna do that, huh?
Well, wouldn't surprise me.
I think.
What do you think, Rose?
She's not into it. I knew it. Okay, here's the thing.
And she doesn't want to be mean, so she's like 19 and she's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do with this guy. Like he's like really into me, but I don't like him." So
yeah. To be fair, again, I'm also bad at texting, even with my friends. But there are a few friends that I will respond at least, during the day, the same day. I respond to you every day.
That's true.
I do. So if it's like a close friend, family, I will respond like on that day. If it's someone I'm not really that close to, or if it's a conversation that can like wait, then I might take a few days.
Yeah.
Okay. But if it's a guy I'm seeing and I'm interested and I want to see him again, I will not wait 3 days. Yeah. That's extreme.
That is extreme.
Like if he had asked, like, unless he like didn't ask me a question or, it wasn't like something worth responding to. Otherwise, if he's asking me a question, if he's engaging in conversation, I will respond.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll take a few hours, but I'm not going to wait 3 days. Like it is very clear that she is not into him. And I think she's complimenting him to, lessen the blow a little bit.
Yeah. And I think like she's just like, I think she's a nice girl. Like she's one of those girls. And I feel like we've all been in this place where we don't want to hurt somebody's feelings.
Yes.
So we want to be like, oh, like, but by doing that, you're going to just hurt their feelings anyway, like eventually.
Yes.
So it's almost like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like at some point you just got to just call a spade and just be like, look, like, sorry, I'm not into this.
It's just really awkward. I do remember being like 19 and it's so hard to reject guys when you're 19. Like when you're young, you're just like, oh my God, it's so weird.
Because you're like, oh, like
you just feel so bad.
Yeah. Because when I was 19, I had so many guys like approaching me. I just had to turn people down left, right, and center.
You probably did, Daniel.
I didn't.
He was a cute little 19-year-old.
I was a little Backstreet boy.
That's when we met. You were a little Backstreet boy.
I was. Frosted tips and all.
Breaking women's hearts for sure.
That's true until I opened my mouth.
Okay.
I always love that story, Rosie. You're like, oh,
I thought you were so cute.
Like, who's this cute white boy?
And then you started talking and I was like, God damn it, he's gay. Okay.
You even had a good gaydar back then, Rose.
Apparently so.
So that's
Although our mutual friend confused me. I was like, are you sure? And then I was like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. Mm-hmm. But turns out I was right.
I don't know what this is, but the title is really funny.
I definitely want to see this one.
Yeah. What would you do? And why do men do this?
The question I ask myself every day.
Every single day. A guy I met online months and months ago had my interest and I tried more than once to see him. He was always
This reminds me of our Patreon exclusive episode.
He was always gonna be around in a few days and then nothing. I found him very handsome, interesting, and I was let down. Now I started seeing someone. I do like him. We're not in a relationship, but we've had 5 dates and things are going in a good direction for sure. We took a nice picture yesterday and I put it on my story. Suddenly after seeing my story, the
Oh
previous
my
guy,
God.
I get a message. I'm around.
What the fuck?
I know what this is, but would I be lying if I said I didn't want to go on a date and feed my curiosities about this person? I know he saw the photo, so I said, well, I'm seeing someone right now. He said, haha, okay. Well, let me know if you want to hang out before it's different than somewhat. I said, if it doesn't go past somewhat, I'll see if you're around. He said, cool. Should I leave this alone and just keep my attention on the guy who's never played any games with the dating? Should I wait a week or two and then say, hey, let's go ahead and try meeting up? But then am I also playing the game? Will he just give me the runaround again when I try to see him? Or maybe he realized he should have given me a shot when he saw me involved with someone else. Why do I care so much? Is it worth finding out? Looking for an unbiased opinion.
She hasn't even met this guy?
Yeah.
Do not fucking meet this guy.
I know.
He sounds like the worst.
Oh,
First of all,
the worst.
I cannot stand the man that says, I'll see if I'm around. What the fuck, bitch?
I know.
Whether you are either around or you're not.
He was
You
always
either
going to be around
Yeah.
in a few days.
You either set a date. This is why I cannot stand a man that does this. Okay, I cannot stand a man that's like, we should go sometime. We should go sometime for a drink. Sometime when? Pick a date, pick a time, pick a place. Be a man. Pick a fucking place. So red flag number 1 is that he's like so wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Why can't you just she said she was talking to him for months? Mm-hmm. No.
And then on top of it, the fact that he only reaches out now
Yeah.
because she posted a picture
Are
of her
you joking?
with another guy on social media.
Hell
Fuck
to the
that
fucking
shit.
no. Stay away from this man. He is like insecure. He has many issues. Like, you do not want to deal with this. And like, if you haven't even met him, I don't really get how she's really hung up
Connected.
on this guy. Like, I don't know. Like, you haven't even met him.
I know people say that they can build these amazing connections online.
No. I refuse to believe it. They never even met. He could be no. If they met once at least, then
Yeah.
maybe. But like, they haven't even met.
Exactly. Like this, I'd suggest leaving it. The first guy who was never around before clearly had no interest until he saw you weren't feeding into it anymore. He's only looking for attention.
Exactly, which is so immature.
Well, you are here on Reddit asking for confirmation to go on a date with the fuckboy instead of sticking to a good guy who will always treat you right. So just go. At least tell the good guy so that he doesn't keep his hopes up before deceiving him. Edit. Yeah, he's just horny.
Oh my God.
What do you want from us here? Do you want strangers to give you permission to blow a good thing for someone who's obviously playing mind games with you? Fine, go throw the other guy in the trash and get used for a little while by the first guy.
Oh my God. People are harsh.
I know people are
but kind of
harsh.
true.
But it's true. It's like,
And also, why is he on your like Instagram?
exactly.
Like, this is why I do not add men that I have not met on these apps on Instagram, because I do not want like no. Like, fuck off. Okay.
That dude is a narcissist. Block and move on.
Oh, God damn. People have opinions.
God damn. People be as aggressive as hell. God
And on
damn.
that positive note.
Oh, God, on that positive note, guys.
All right, guys. So that was our fun new series.
Dating advice
Dating advice with Daniel
from
and
two
Rose.
from two passionate daters.
Well, you know what they say: those who can't do, teach.
Yes.
Or is that how it goes?
No,
those who can teach. Those who can't teach do, and those who can't do teach.
Yes.
Is that
Something
how
like
it goes?
this. I don't know exactly. I'll have to look that saying up again.
But
'cause I can't
again,
remember
no, we
it.
can date. We're just not dealing with,
Yeah. So guys,
That's what I'll tell myself.
Yes, that's what, and I agree with you, Rose.
Thank you, Daniel.
Yes.
Thank you.
Just giving each other, delusional affirmation
Well,
here.
we're the worst. I remember a few years ago when I think I was visiting London. You were living in London, and we were hanging out with our friends, and then we're both like complaining about dating.
I remember.
Do you remember
this?
this?
Yes.
And then I think I was like seeing someone, right? I was seeing someone, and I was like, oh, I don't know, like, classic avoidant attachment, disorder. Like, I don't know what it's called.
I know exactly.
You know exactly which moment, right?
Yeah.
And then and I was like, well, what did I say exactly? Like,
I can't remember what you were saying, but
I said,
literally.
like, yeah, but, sometimes like I'm just like not into it, or like I don't think I could commit.
And I was
because,
like, oh my God, Rose, I couldn't agree with you more. And me and Rose are just like talking so much
we're
back
both
and forth.
just like feeding each other's avoidant attachment issues.
Yeah.
And then our friends that are in this like happy couple
Yeah.
turns around, they're just like, Oh my God. You guys are like the worst influence on each other.
Literally, they were like, this is
Like
not a good
dysfunctional,
conversation.
Like single people that cannot commit. We're just like standing there like complaining about how there's like no good men while I'm like dating some dude and like.
Oh
anyway.
God, it was bad. It was, but I remember exactly that
and you
moment.
know exactly which moment.
Yeah.
I think we were in like, were we in the flower market?
Yes.
Yes.
We were in the flower market. Oh, we had like gone to this cute breakfast place as well and had some coffee, and they were like walking through the flower market, just like me and Rose, like off on another tangent.
Oh my
just
God,
like,
I just don't think I could date these people. Because
and I was like, I agree 100%, Rose.
You're like,
this
you have
is
to be
why.
really into it, otherwise you can't.
Exactly. And then they like both of them turn around. They're like, this is what the fuck is going on? Like,
So,
oh, it was hilarious.
do we have to blame each other for?
Yes. No, I think we're getting better. That was like an extreme period of time.
Well, at least we have more self-awareness now.
Yes.
At that time, I didn't even know what avoidant attachment was. So.
True.
And now we are aware. Are we doing something about it? Not
No.
really.
No.
But, you know,
Anyway,
we're trying.
yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on this episode. If you think that this is an interesting sort of episode.
Exactly.
Let us know. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you're watching it on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. And of course, wherever you are listening to this podcast, make sure you follow us on whatever podcast platform.
Yes.
And what else, Daniel?
Then you get updated as soon as we
Yes.
upload new content. Also, guys, if you're watching on YouTube, another comment, talk about our lovely patterns we have going on today. There's a lot of them. So, you know, you're welcome for the visual assault. Literally, like I realized after I have this shirt on.
We have a lot of patterns.
Yeah, a lot of patterns going
we
on.
look great, Daniel.
We do. God damn. Also, guys, if you haven't already, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/SaVeg Podcast. Again, you get exclusive content there every single month. You get all the episodes ad-free, and you get episodes a week earlier than the public. And that starts as low as $3 a month, guys. And then also, we'll talk to you guys again about Thailand and Bali.
Yeah.
You need to be there. It's going to be an amazing trip. I looked at the itinerary. Me and Rose went through it.
So fun.
It is going to be epic. It's going to be so fun. Yeah.
Yes.
We get to eat all the like vegan food you can imagine and do lots of fun activities. Like it's going to be, I'm stoked.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah.
So guys, come along, and the links are all in the show notes. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Bye, guys.